Hello and welcome to People First, the EPP Group's monthly program on issues with impact on people like you. On this program, a debate format that will challenge our guests to your questions. At issue, leveraging the power of small and medium-sized enterprises to help them drive the European recovery, but how to help them out and how to try to get EU policy that will support them. Are EU policies helping or hindering them? Let's discuss this with our guest, starting with Commissioner Tajani, Antonio Tajani, Commissioner for Industry and Entrepreneurship. Hello. Austrian MEP Paul Rübig, who is on the Industry Committee in the European Parliament, and
Hello.
Arnaldo Abruzzini, who is Secretary General of Eurochambre, a leading European business organization. Welcome to you all. And let's first start with some background. SMEs create around 4 million new jobs every year in Europe, more than any other source of employment. During the past 5 years, around 80% of new jobs have been created by SMEs. But they could do much more. This year's annual growth survey cites an urgent need to improve the business environment for SMEs in Europe. Spoke to an SME in Strasbourg, an SME startup, one that helps the elderly use the internet. At a former medical school building in Strasbourg, high-tech startups are filling the void. Among them, Hakisa.com. Hakisa is the Indian name for a husky dog that pulls a sled. The idea being the elderly person is the sled driver.
My name is Gehl. I'm the co-founder of Hakisa. Hakisa is a little startup, an Alsatian startup here, created in Strasbourg, and we try to tackle the digital divide. My career of world citizen and traveler has exposed me to grandparents that have a hard time today to communicate with the younger generation, which is called the NetGeners. And my idea was that we need a mediation platform. You need the younger generation to help the older generation to serve the net easily. So what we have created is an intergeneration mediation platform that actually asks somebody in your family, younger people or adults, to play the role of digital companioning and also community management, so that our grandparents and the seniors that have a hard time with the technological barrier to help them use or become an internet users that enjoys only the good side of internet. We'll offer also a marketplace for professionals, healthcare professionals and service professionals, home care service professionals, to make that mediation between the service offered.
Now, Mr. Gehl started Hakisa barely 2 years ago. He has 10 employees. He has about 6,000 members. He was named, or Hakisa was named, Startup of the Year in Alsace and won awards over these past 2 years. But there are also frustrations, including lack of venture capital, too much red tape, and heavy social charges. How typical is that for a lot of SMEs? Let's start with a question from Mr. Gehl. We sounded him out. This is more like a statement, but it is a question. Let's listen to it.
Small companies, startups like us, have a hard time today, especially in Europe, to find financing compared to, I would say, other continents where the risk-taking aspect, investing into startups, and especially in startups like us, to my experience, is a little bit more flexible and more quick. And also connected to a point which are the funds, the European funds, who seems to be attractive, but who are in a decision cycle which can be years, where a little startup like us has no chance whatsoever to get any funding to pursue those domains.
Commissioner, let's pitch it to you to start with. This is a typical problem, isn't it? Trying to secure funding for an SME.
Of course, the access to finance is the most important problem for SMEs. For this, we are working because we wanted to pave the way for a more